Forever in My Heart, episode number 7. I don't know where it started, but I know one thing that it is never going to end. Yes, I'm talking about my love for you. One point of view. I said I will just wait and watch. I said while walking to the fighting scene, standing right in front of both of them in the crowd of girls. Stop, you two, I shouted. Everyone looked at me with shock, and girls went silent, but they did not stop. I said, Dash, stop you too, I yelled, and that's when Taehyung stood up and looked at me, anger and confusion in his eyes. I melted at his glare, but I kept my cool. Taehyung raised his eyebrow. Nice, now don't fight. I smiled. Who are you say that? Taehyung said. I'm fine. I replied. Dash, shut up and go away, said Taehyung. Well, I'm scared, but we had pretty nice conversation a few times and I think he won't kill me. He talked to me nicely. And who are you to say that? I asked in a teasing tone. I'm your aunt, he said in a husky voice. I was about to say something when I heard Liam shouting, Wine the boy is running, and if he runs, he will never come back, and you have to complete the task. I panicked as I heard that and ran after the boy. He was not far, so I kicked him and tackled him to the ground. He groaned in pain, but I was feeling proud of myself. I grabbed his wrist as he stood up and dragged him near Taehyung and grabbed Taehyung's wrist in my other hand and started to drag them out of the cafeteria. Everyone gasped. They were in shock, but so was I. Hehe. I was scared of what will Mr. Scary Kim do to me after this, but I don't want Liam around me, so I chose to do this. Stop, Taehyung ordered, but I took a deep, at least as deep as the Pacific Ocean. Breathed in nervousness, but did not stop. And I was surprised with the young did not say anything to me again, and the other I whom I did not even knew was awfully silent. We reached the medical room. Sit, I ordered both of them. The unknown guy sat, but the young was just staring at me. Sit, I kitted my eyebrows. The young, but I started to feel his stares at me. Okay, let me be honest. In this 1 month, I may not or may have developed a crush on him. But it happens, right? It's just a crush. Author point of view, but he did not sit, he was just staring at her. She started to feel nervous by his hot yet dangerous stares. He walked close to her and her heart stopped beating. You stared directly into his dark brown orbs. She started to walk backwards as he was coming close to her, but unfortunately her back hit the wall. Shit, she cursed under her breath. What do you think you are doing? Taehyung asked in a husky voice and bent down to her level with a questioning face. That she could not think of an answer because of your closeness with him. Her legs started to tremble and her cheeks heated up. And before she could say anything, he backed off and sat on the bed beside the boy. She sighed in relief. She took the first aid box and sat on a chair in front of them. She took the young's hand in hers and started to wipe off the blood off his knuckles softly. Why were you two fighting? Vine asked curiously but did not look at them. He started it. The boy complained like a kid. What else can I expect? She sighed, but Taeyong kept quiet. After Ryan was done with his hands, she looked up at his face. There was a slight cut around left side of his lips and a cut on left side of forehead. She sat beside him and cubed his face in her one hand to treat his cut. She was nervous than ever, but seeing him all calm, she also calmed down. He was just staring at her trembling lips that you were beating time to time because of nervousness. He got the sudden urge to kiss her, but he shrugged it off. Wine both still did not tell me why were you both fighting. Wine asked to wipe off the awkward silence as she sat in front of the boy to treat his cuts and wounds after you completed Taeyong's. He was harassing a girl, Taeyong replied, and as Wine heard that, she saw red. He, she asked, pointed at the boy who was in front of her. She made an anger O face and looked at the boy. She started to tap the cotton on the boy's wound, but harshly, more like hitting him. He hissed in pain and Wine enjoying it because why not he harassed a girl? And there was the young trying to put on his cold poker face and not to laugh at her action. She stood up after she was done with treating or say hitting the boy. The boy left Wine and Taeyong were only in the room. Her legs started to tremble at how Taeyong, who is also her crush, was staring at Wine. So she decided to leave, but as turned around, Taeyong held her wrist and pulled her close to him and she ended up on his lap. What happened? She asked as her body started to heat up by their closeness. I should ask the same, he whispered in her ear, sending shivers down her spine. Wine trying to stand up, but he grabbed her waist and she again landed on his lap. He sniffed her rose scent, not being in his sense. It was your friend Liam. You know that. He always annoys me. He said if I stopped the fight and treat your wounds, he will stop follow me. Wine answered. Oh, I thought you have a crush on me, or say something. He said, catching Wine off guard. Yes, I do. Wine whispered to herself. You said something, he asked, and Vine shook her head. Why do you talk to me nicely? Vine asked curiously. I don't know. I think you are not like other girls. I guess, he answered. You mean like your girlfriend? Vine said playfully but stopped after seeing his dark orbs. But then he nodded as he burst out laughing. She just giggled, adoring his never seen happy face. I should go now, Vine said, more like asking, but Vine was not feeling like getting away from him. He nodded. She slowly got up from his lap and started to walk out, then stopped and turned around. Are we like friends now? Vine asked, but he did not have any answer for your sudden question, so he just kept staring at your face. I guess I know, she said, thinking he does not think of her as a friend. He was about to say something, but Vine already left. He sighed. Is she my friend? He questioned himself before going out of the medical room. And here the whole university, even the teachers, were talking about Wine and the young thingy. Wine heard it all and felt proud, smiling like crazy after getting a compliment from the Taeyong, but she was also a little sad because he did not tell her if she is his friend. On the other hand, Liam was too shocked to utter a single word. And Myung, well, you already know, she is burning in jealousy. Hey Dash, Myung grunted her teeth after she pinned Ryan to that wall after they got out of university. Hey slut, Ryan replied, how dare you? Because I have the guts to fight alone, not like you who is hiding behind his boyfriend's shadow. Vine gave her a fake smile. Myung slapped Vine. How dare you? Dash, you tried to steal my boyfriend, did not you? Vine baby, you are so going to regret this. Myung said, I'm regret this now, but in the future you will be the one suffering and I will be the one enjoying. Vine replied. But in the start you will suffer for sure, said Myung. That means you'd admit that you will suffer later. Vine said with a smirk. Whatever, but for now you should think about yourself. Saying that, Myung punched Vine in her stomach as Vine groaned in pain. Who knows, their conversation will turn to reality one day. Vian was about to punch her back, but two girls who are Myung's minions held her on her place, not letting her move. Myung continued to punch her and beat the shit out of her, but they closed her mouth with their palms so she could not scream, and as they were behind the uni, no one saw them. At the last, Myung took out a cutter and gave Vine a cut on the side of her neck. It was not too deep but enough to give pain, and Vine could not do anything but cry hard. Myung and her two friends left from there, leaving Vine there. Vine point of view, it pains like hell. Oh gosh, those daughter of 10 fathers. Ouch, I slowly stood up, grabbed backpack and started going to my part-time job. Well, at this time I work at a cafe, but it is closed for today, so I thought of working extra at the restaurant. So I'm going there. It is not far from the university, so like always I'm going to walk there, but it is pain. I also don't want to go home or say to that hell or my uncle and aunt will eat me alive. But finally, after a lot of pain, I reached at the restaurant. Good evening, Miss Ryan. My friend who works with me her greeted as I entered the staff room. Good evening, Mika. I greeted with a small smile. Ryan, what happened? You have blood on your clothes, she said, widening her eyes. I looked at myself and my shirt was covered with blood. Just great. I sighed. Vine, how many times do I have to tell you not to fight? Come here. She pulled me on a chair before I could say anything. She bandaged my cuts and wounds. I changed into the staff uniform and started my work. I was in kitchen to take order when girls come here. Our manager, Miss Shin, called us. There are some VIP guests today at our restaurant, the Kim family and their friends, so get ready to serve them. Wait, the Kim family? Mean the Kims? Did she mean Taehyung's family? That means there will be Myung also. Wait, is she even talking about them? The Holy Mother of Donkeys.